Hey dudes, how's it going? So, a few weeks back, Nintendo invited me over to an event in New York City where we could play a pretty late build version of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I knew from, seeing the Nintendo Directs and all the updates that the game would be like, huge and have all the characters ever. But there is a lot in this game, so I'm gonna kind of go over my favorite points from it. The game does come out on December 7th, so you can expect a lot of streaming, probably a lot of saltiness when that's out. But the first thing I want to mention is that I played probably half my time. They're just playing 8-player Smash on the huge screen they had there, and I would say 100% of the time I was getting destroyed, especially because I was playing with Nairo, who's a local pro player, and man, he was no mercy, no mercy. But there's just so much to kind of cover there. So let's start with the maps. There's over 100 maps. My favorite one was the Castlevania map. It reminds me of if you've ever played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, whether you played on the original PlayStation or one of the remakes. You start as Belmont going up the stairs, and you meet Dracula. It's like that big stairway to the throne room, and I don't know, it just feels awesome. The music's there, feels great. And there's over 100 maps, which is kind of nuts. And what's also cool is that each map has a battlefield variant. So battlefield is the map, if you're not familiar. It's like one platform, and you have three smaller platforms above that. And basically, you can turn, I think, any of the maps in Smash. You can convert it to battlefield. Just press X on the controller or something. So I'm pretty sure all maps have that. So that's kind of cool. So you can take a theme that you like, and maybe you don't like the layout for a certain battle, and you can just turn Battlefield, and you're good to go. But you got New Donk City and just all these other maps. So just tons of variety there, which is nuts. Another cool feature actually with the maps is that when you're playing a game with your friends, what you can select two maps, and while you're playing, it'll automatically switch from one map to another. It kind of morphs from one to another. The other map will melt away and the other one will kind of come in, so it kind of mixes up. Pretty neat. So I'm not very good at adjusting that thing. I'm probably gonna stick to the one map life if I can, but if you want to spice it up, that's all on you. And yeah, over 100 maps, nuts. So next up, the characters. So on launch, there's 74 characters available. Then there's also some DLC characters available after that. No one knows what the DLC characters are except for one. It's the Piranha Plant. At least as of me playing. Maybe it's been revealed since. So 74 characters, and you only start, I think, with 8 or something like that. But from what I understand, it's very easy to unlock most of the characters, and it's just they're just pouring as you start playing your first few hours. Someone mentioned that you could unlock all of them in the first few hours. I don't know if I believe that. There's a lot of 74 characters. Are you unlocking multiple characters per game? I don't know. I feel maybe your first couple of days, maybe everything gets unlocked, but maybe I'll be proven wrong. I don't know. There's a lot of dudes. I spent my time trying to focus on playing with some of the newer characters. Ken's in the game now, which is cool. Rai's been there, since last. He feels good. You got, let me see here, you got Simon and Richter Belmont. Love the Belmonts, but I couldn't play them very well. I got Incineroar from Pokemon. He's kind of a pro wrestler kind of dude. Just I got clotheslined a million times while playing. Was not pleasant, getting wrecked. But one character that I really did enjoy, maybe because I just spammed them and it was hard for me to kind of fly off the map, was Ridley from Metroid. The winged kind of pterodactyl looking monster beast. So if you're not familiar with how Smash Brothers works as a game, maybe you haven't played it, the way it works is that when you're doing damage to a player, their percentage of damage goes up. The ultimate goal is to knock them off the map so that either they fall through their death, or they're just so damaged they just are done. They just kind of fly into space or whatever. And most games have multiple lives, etc., but it depends on your settings. So at least with Ridley, I might get knocked off, but he's got the wings, and I don't know, it feels easier for me to kind of just flap my wings a few times and get back on. Now, the more damage you take, the further out you get knocked, and the harder it is to kind of get back, especially when someone's, watching for you to come back to knock you right back out. Yeah, anyway, I'll get better at the game. So, let's see, as far as other players goes, yeah, each one has, like, at least, I think, 6 or 8, like, different color variants or skins. It's kind of nuts how much details there are and which characters you can use, so, pretty nuts. Hopefully you don't have to unlock all the skins, too. Maybe you do. I'm not too sure. I should have asked that. But yeah, tons of characters to start off with. And next up, the adventure mode. Yeah, there's like a single player mode, and it's pretty cool. I always play the other Smash Brothers like single player modes for a little bit, and I think maybe the last one I really finished was Subspace Emissary. That was like the one on the Wii, right? I think. Anyway, so this one is kind of gigantic. It's like you get this huge overworld, and you're walking around. You do multiple paths, and there's a skill tree you can use to unlock skills as well. So the story for the adventure mode is that everyone's been captured except for Kirby. And, you start off as Kirby and you're going around, like, freeing people and building up your team. And you're also collecting spirits. Now, spirits is I think maybe my favorite, like, sub-aspect of the game. You can collect these, like, stickers that basically give you, like, abilities. So you have your primary spirits, which I think improves your attributes or whatever, and you have your sports spirits, which gives you, like, an ability. So all these spirits are just like these, like, almost like minor or side characters. You can't play as them, but they're represented in the game as a spirit, and they change the gameplay up a lot. Like, one might make you, like, jump twice as high, or immune to something, or turn to Metal Mario temporarily. Like, there's a ton of these guys. Some people, I don't know, it seemed like, I think I read online that maybe a few hundred have been confirmed. Some people are guessing up to 1,000. There's a lot, and they say it's going to take a long time to collect them all. So one way to collect them is to play through this adventure mode. And another way is that there's like a spirit bounty board sort of deal going on, a spirit board. And you go there, and there's maybe like, 6 or 8 bounties right there. You can choose to, like, play one before it expires. And if you beat the challenge, you have a chance of getting the spirit. The way it works apparently is, I actually didn't get to see it in action. The spirit board stations are pretty busy. If you beat the spirit in its challenge, and it's different for each one, they have a shield, and the shield has a hole in it. If you fire a laser through a hole in the shield. If you miss, it's okay. As long as you hit the shield, you break off a piece of it, and the next time you do it, it's easier. So it sounds like, kind of a grind to keep on going through, especially for the harder ones. There are different levels of rarity for the spirits. So you have, like, your uncommon ones all the way up to, like, the legendary ones. So that's cool. I like the idea of collecting ones from games that you like. So I want to collect all the Castlevania ones and, Metal Gear Solid ones. It'd be really cool. Now, probably one of the things I'm most excited for in the game is actually the soundtrack. Like, anyone else, like, enjoy just, listening to the music, the arrangements they have for Smash. So this Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, guess how many tracks are in the game? 300? 400? 500? I thought I heard over 900, but it's at least 800. At least 800 tracks. A lot of those are probably, like, original tracks, but a lot of those are arrangements also. Probably mostly original tracks. But that just blows my mind, and it's such an important piece of the game that there's actually a music player built into the game. I wish I got a shot of it. But basically, you can, like, build a playlist of your favorite music from all these games. Like, it's not, and actually listen to it on your Switch. So you basically set your playlist, you put your Switch away in your bag or your pocket, and you get your headphones on, and your playlist is playing. So I think that's, like awesome. Over 800 tracks of music from some of your favorite games of all time. That's nuts. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm really excited for the game to come out December 7th. And big thank you to Nintendo for having me out over there. I guess by having me out, I mean, like, me taking the subway a few stops. But the only other thing to mention is that, yeah, there's, like, amiibo support, which is cool. So all the old amiibos work, and they're releasing some new amiibos as well. Should have made some notes on, like, what they were exactly, but Ridley was one of them. Ridley, I absolutely want. I need to make sure I like somehow stand in line at the Nintendo store and then get it. But yeah, very excited to like increase the collection now. There, look at that. Samus. I got the one with the suit without a suit. You guys collect amiibos? I don't like collect them. I don't have every single one. That's a that's a challenge. I'll save for someone else. But I do like collecting the amiibos that are that I like, and the ones that are not absolutely insane to get. I still want that Dark Souls one. I'll see how much you're going for on eBay. Maybe I'll give in. But dudes, thanks for watching. If you want to play some Smash and you're worse than me, you're more than welcome to come by the stream. At least starting on December 7th. Can't wait to play. And thanks for watching. Let me know what you're looking forward to in the game. Favorite characters, favorite features, favorite maps, any music you're looking to hear in the game. I hope we'll hear a lot of F-Zero music. F-Zero had fantastic music. But anyway, thanks guys. See you next time.